It's late in the afternoon and I was given a tip earlier this morning that there might be a peregrine or goshawk at my local reservoir. Apparently it's in an old oak tree, but it's been perching with a cormorant roost in right amongst them. There's also a heron there, all on the same branch at the one time, so I've come out this afternoon to try and find the location, and then as the sun goes down, hopefully I'll be there as the cormorants come into roost, and if I could get the bird of prey, that'd be amazing. The interesting thing about this reservoir is, as you can see, if I spin you around, there's bluebells all over the place around here. It doesn't really look like the typical entrance to a reservoir. That's because at the moment there's all kinds of construction supposed to be going on, but it was all put on hold when the company doing the work went into administration. So for foreseeable future you have to go in via the sort of unauthorised entrances, because the main gate is off limits and nobody's allowed in there because of all the construction work that has been interrupted. But it makes for a much more interesting walk because this wood is absolutely beautiful. Now I can hear a bird of prey nest somewhere around here, but there's no way I can see it. There's woodland all around basically, but it's over in that direction somewhere. But another time I might be able to come in from the other side, cross some fields and get there. But it's really tantalising because you can hear. I could hear it again then. It's really tantalising because you can hear it, but you can't get close to it. Ah. Okay, so this is just getting ridiculous now. I've been checking the maps, and sorry about the wobble, I'm using the phone. I've been checking the maps, and if I go a little bit further along, there is a path that should take me through a field. Now that field might give me a view of roughly where the birds of prey are calling from. There it is again. So I've got plenty of time, so I'm gonna have a look, see whether I can find a way round there and just get a glimpse of where it is and come back another day then. So wish me luck. I think this is probably about round 10 of trying to get some shots today. It's absolutely gorgeous out. Absolutely beautiful out here. So I'm going to head back now to where the cormorant should be nesting. But it's quite interesting, just down about there I think there's a bird of prey nest, but there's basically a bit of a cliff there down to the edge of the water, and if you had a long lens from the other side I'm sure you could get some really good shots, so I'll have to come down another time and have a look there. You know, there's no way to see it from here because, well, you're not supposed to get that close to the birds for one thing, but yeah, go from the other side, look amazing. So onwards and hopefully upwards. There's something really magical about being in with bluebells. The scent here is absolutely amazing, and they're so delicate, and it's quiet. Only the bird song really, and a bit of the wind in the trees. It really is lovely out. And to think people sit inside watching television at this time of day. Crazy. It's now just before 7 o'clock and there's no sign anywhere of cormorants. I've seen a couple of herons flying off and there are cormorants in the water, but as yet they haven't come into roost. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be tactical now. I'm going to go over to the other side of the reservoir. There's a picnic table there or a hide or something, and I'm going to sit there tonight and have a look, see whether I can see where anything's coming in. Having said that now, I can see a grebe on the water. Try and get a picture. It's amazing really. I've been out here for about 4 hours now, 4 or 5 hours. Just walking around, enjoying the view, enjoying the flowers, enjoying the woodland. And there's nothing really happened. No major wonderful photography or anything like that. But when you get a beautiful sunset, you have the peace and tranquility of nature. It's just amazing to be outside, and it doesn't matter what else happens. You just have a fantastic time. Well, my chosen spot basically gives me a view of the oak trees over on that cutout through the rocks, but the other place is way down past the trees. You can see just there. There's no way you can see it from down here, and so it'll have to be a case of just hope that they come there, but there's no signs of them yet, and it's now 7:30, so it'll be interesting to see whether anything comes in. Also, I'm quite exposed just here, which will put them off, but we'll see what we see. This is it. Patience is a virtue, as they say. Just after saying that last piece, I looked through the viewfinder and I found it. Just have to go along here a little bit more, keep it a bit quiet, and I found them. Yes! Okay, this is it. I'm just about there now. I'm all camoed up apart from put my head in this thing. But I can see them all. You can't see them on the video obviously, but almost there. Sinister or what? Right, I'll head down there. Back and forward all the time. The reservoir surface is absolutely mirror still. and the birdsong is slowly starting to diminish. I just wonder whether it'll pick up again. There's about 3 pairs that I can see all together around here, but I have a feeling it's probably best to pick up my backpack and see whether I can find anything in that tree. I can't see much now on the rocky face there. I'll have another look. There's a Canada goose perched on the rock face. Wonder whether I can get a snap of that. More grebes coming in. I don't know how good the pictures are going to be. But just as long as there's something, I don't really care. The grebes either can't see me very well in my camo gear, or they just don't care that I'm here. Crows going overhead. So I think it's probably best if I pick up my backpack. Oh, there's the grebe again. They're just... they're so beautiful. Right, that's it from here. I'm going to pick up my pack and head back, see whether I can get some images at the other end before it goes really dark. Maybe a little bit damp. As I got down to the water, and you came through the little bit of woodland there, and there was a hide on the right, but the hide took me too far away from the where the birds were. So I decided to just nudge down to the edge of the water. There's a little clear path there, and then the grebes were just swimming back and forward in front of where I was. They were a bit hesitant to come much closer, but they didn't seem to care, just swimming back and forward, enjoying themselves. So it'll be interesting to see. Well, you'll have probably seen the footage by now, but it'll be interesting to see what it looks like. Can't wait. Okay, I'm getting close to where I can see the other oak trees where the cormorants and the herons were nesting, or roosting rather. So I've got to be fairly quiet and careful now, because I don't want to disturb them. I'm still a bit too far away, I think. Of the cliff under an oak tree, and I can see a heron just in front of me. It's only about 40 feet away, and he hasn't really seen me, or he's tolerating me anyway, but of course the silly suit disguises me a bit. But the heron's on a branch, and then a few feet further on there's about 6 cormorants roosting in another tree, just through a gap in the oak tree that the heron's perching on. Looks absolutely amazing. It's like something out of a Chinese painting or something. I'll try and get a wide angle shot as well as the close-ups to show what's going on. But it's quite late in the evening now, because I hadn't found the position. I hadn't seen the heron and hadn't seen the cormorants in their roost. But I've got it now. I've found the place and it's magnificent. The clouds are rolled in and the birds have moved away to their final nesting places for the night. There's still a few cormorants roosting up there, but it's been an absolute magical experience out here. Seeing the heron up close, seeing the cormorants through the oak trees, a nice frame there to really make it look like a wonderful picture. And the rain is just starting to come down, so I'm going to call it quits for today and head home. What a fantastic experience.